All right, Schaeffer wrote a letter called Political Theater. I wanted to read it into YouTube. Hi guys, you see all kinds of stuff in the Discovery about common law trials at Denny's and creating a new republic and all that stuff. You need to understand the purpose that all of that political theater played. The biggest challenge I was running into in my efforts to teach people how to think like free people was the way Americans categorized the government as a deity in their minds. They never stopped to think about its origin or what it actually is at its core essence. It's a dead idol that only has power because the human hands that made it pretend it has power. The act of pretending is so convincing that the people watching will attribute power to the dead idol in their minds. This is all part of Babylon's, Magi's, ritualistic deceit of the masses. It's satanic evangelism, getting people to believe in and practicing your religion without even knowing about it. I was met with very strong subconscious resistance when I tried to just openly explain this concept to people. I realized that they had not learned the wrong ideas with their conscious minds, so maybe they couldn't unlearn them with their conscious minds either. So what I did was invite people to go through the actions of building our own homemade government. We made our own idol, our own graven image, and in the process came to know that the idol of the state and federal government was not categorically different than the hokey one we made at Denny's over pie and ice cream. For everyone who participated, this exercise really undermined the power that the pageantry of the statecraft held on them. What I was out to prove was that all it takes to be a judge is to get a bunch of your friends to act like you are a judge. We had a guy named David Bartell who was a well-read local patriot. I started calling him Judge Bartell, then everyone else did too. It worked so easily that even the police, FBI, and prosecutors started calling him Judge Bartell. They kept calling him that even during the trial. It made the real judge, the other fake judge, extremely frustrated. He told everyone to stop calling this guy Judge Bartell. It didn't work. People kept slipping up and calling him Judge because that's what he was in their minds. We had managed to dethrone the black robe simply by establishing a human reference point by which he could be measured and found lacking. This is not unlike the story from the book of Jasher when Abraham went into his father-in-law's tent and mocked the idols. I think it was Jasher, and I think it was Abraham, and I think it was his father-in-law. I'll have to go back and look, but he was doing the same thing. One of the 10 commandments is, "Thou shalt not make unto thyself graven images." Why is that? It's because God knows that graven images made by human hands out of wood, stone, or metals are a hallmark of the Luciferian system of duping people with the glitzy showbiz of officialdom. And nothing has changed in 6,000 years. What do you think a cop's badge is? It's a graven image that gets you to attribute imaginary powers to the one who displays it. What do you think a state seal is? Why is it hanging on the front of every judge's bench? To fool you into thinking he is somehow above you. But the truth is that the Cub Scouts could have made the seal in wood shop, and the dude in the black robe is just a paid actor. Be advised, this kind of blasphemy carries a 27-year sentence in the good old US of A. I got convicted of opinion with intent to distribute. But just like Daniel, who got thrown in the fiery furnace for not worshiping, I am not burned. Schaeffer Cox.